Hey everybody, Joe Joseph here for thedailysheeple.com, and this is your news shot. So I'm going to CNBC, and they're highlighting something that we know all countries of the world are being driven to. They say cash is already pretty much dead in China. As a country lives the future of mobile pay right now. Now, we're seeing this more and more in the U.S. with the smartphones being able to scan it, boop, right there. You know, you see like your apps at 7-Eleven or your Dunkin' Donuts or places like that where, you know, if you got an account, beep, just scan the smartphone, boop, there it goes, done. And you walk out the door. No more need for cash. Hell, no more need for a credit card. No more need for the chip. No more need for that. Hey, I've got my smartphone. You see, a lot of people think, especially in the Christian communities, ones that look at prophecy and they talk about the mark of the beast, they always say, well, you know, it's a push towards the RFID chip. Everybody's going to get chipped. And maybe one day that may be true in the sense of this technology that we now have as a smartphone may just end up being an implant or a wearable in the future, in the very near future. As a matter of fact, 5 years from now, I would guess that we won't recognize what there is 5 years from now to today. It's going to be that far advanced, you know. But we've already taken the mark because smartphones do everything that implant will do. Only people have voluntarily accepted it. I've accepted it. It is an unbelievable technology. It's unbelievably handy. It gives you a lot more freedom to do things that used to take a lot of time. It's basically a handheld computer that gives you instant access to any information you need at any time. It's a wallet. It's a compass. Hell, if you get the right app, it can measure your blood sugar. You know, there's all sorts of things that these smartphones can do. And of course, the other thing that it can do is it can track you. And that's exactly what they planned on it to do in the first place. And I say they, I mean your clandestine operations, your shadow government, whatever you want to call it, the Illuminati, the New World Order. They're all the same. And they absolutely know that they can get anybody or most people by the culture of convenience. If they can institute or expand the culture of convenience that much further, we got them. If it's convenient and it stops you from having to do something or makes things easier for you, humans tend to take the easy road, the easy path. And we know that that's not always the best thing to do. But hell, I mean, a smartphone, it's one of those things. Is it a trade-off? I don't know. In China, they're killing cash and they're doing it fast. It says mobile pay. It's taking China by storm and changing daily commerce. The transformation of a society limited to bills denominated in 100 yuan or $15 or less into one where QR payment codes abound was by far the biggest change in mainland China since from 4 years ago. When eating out or shopping with local friends, they paid by scanning a QR code on the restaurant table or by showing a similar code on their smartphone to the store clerk. Again, you see that with all of these different apps, you know, whether it be 7-Eleven, the supermarket, they all have them now. It says rather than do you take a credit card, the question was often, do you take Alipay or WeChat Pay? The running joke was that street beggars would rather take a mobile donation rather than cash. Lack of red tape and a less developed financial system have apparently allowed mainland China to leapfrog the developed world into embracing mobile payments. Mobile payments volume in the country more than doubled to $5 trillion in 2016, according to analysis data cited by Hillhouse Capital in a May report. And in the first quarter of this year, Alipay had 54% of that mobile payment market, while WeChat accounted for 40% of a $5 trillion market. Think about that. Think about the fees that they're getting every time it's being used. I mean, that's an enormous market, and it's only going to go up. And that habit is also affecting other countries. It says more than 6 million Chinese traveled abroad during the Golden Week national holiday in early October. That puts pressure on popular tourist destinations like Japan and Hong Kong to add mobile pay services. And just over the border in Hong Kong, there are mainland Chinese customers asking store clerks to scan their phones' QR codes while Cantonese-speaking locals paid in cash. So you're seeing that here. You're seeing that in the United States, albeit it's slower because we're still not. People haven't totally bought into socialism all the way. They don't. We'll put it this way. Let me try to rephrase that. They don't understand the level of socialism in this country. We have it here. It's here. I mean, we live it every day. I mean, look at the 10 planks of the Communist Manifesto and then compare it to our society today in the United States. We are a communist society. And, well, a lot of people say, well, we vote for our non-representing representatives. Yeah, so they do in Russia too. They do in China for their Congress. It's not necessarily all appointed, and because of this, it's this illusion that you have, an illusion of choice. I go out and I vote every November. That's what I do. Yeah, but it's a total illusion. Leaders, my friends, are selected. They're not elected. Have been for a long time. Long time. And it's easier to institute a system like this when you have willing slaves than when you don't. And you have too many people here in the United States that love and respect cash because of what cash brings. And that brings privacy. That brings less intrusion by the federal government and by state government and even local government. And there's still a big push to maintain that privacy, whereas in other countries, not so much. So this is a very interesting thing because I believe that as China goes, so will we. So will the rest of the world. We may be stragglers, but we'll end up getting there. It's all the same way, just like they implemented the smartphone. At first, it was a cool thing. Very few people had it. And then over time, they started adding the bells and whistles. And before you know it, everybody's got a smartphone. It's like everybody's got a flat screen television. Now everybody's got smart appliances. Now it's just going to get more and more and more until the Internet of Things encompasses our entire way of life. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's News Shot. Feel free to comment below and visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. Have a great day.